Shall we start, ma'am?
Sure, ma'am.
Good evening to one and all. My dear faculty members, scientists, research scholars, students, and other eager participants. On behalf of War Women's College Youth at Class, greeting to you all. Today, 15th June 2021, as we proudly present one-day national level webinar on eye care health. Your eyesight is one of your most important senses. 80% of what we perceive comes through our sense of sight. By protecting your eyes, you will reduce the odds of blindness and vision loss while also staying on top of any developing eye diseases such as cataracts and glaucoma. You can think of regular visit to the eye doctor as preventative maintenance for the rest of your body. The eyes are the windows to the body. They are the only place where your blood vessels can be viewed in their natural state without a surgical procedure. With these visual inspections of the blood supply, optometrists can spot many health conditions and vision problems, can spot diseases such as high cholesterol, high blood pressure, diabetes, liver disease, brain tumors, macular degeneration, glaucoma, cataracts, various blood diseases. By keeping your eyes healthy, you keep your brain healthy, improving your overall quality of life. Good vision contributes to improved athletic ability, better driving skills, improved learning and comprehension, and better quality of life. Your future can be colorful and full of life just by making sure of preserving and protecting your vision. Taking care of your health is critical, and you may have concern related to eye health as a result of the COVID-19 public health crisis. Doctors of optometric are resuming the delivery of comprehensive eye health and vision care and implementing the new protocols to provide care in a safe and healthy environment. The coronavirus pandemic has brought many changes to our world and big challenges. As we navigate through this crisis, it is vital to take care of yourself and your family. Although eye health may not be the first thing on your mind, it is still important not to ignore vision issues which can become worse if not addressed. Being and staying at a participant of today's session, you will be gaining knowledge and getting more information on keeping your eyes healthy for your bright future life. Hence, we are all gathered here today on this online awareness health program of Eye Care Health to become a beneficiary of today's event when among you all, so that we can face our challenges on our health benefits in future life and meet its needs. Since I would like to say humble thanks to our college principal, Dr. D. Gladys, Bharati Women's College, to have given me this very good opportunity to conduct today's event. And also thanks to our head of the department, Dr. R. Shamla, and our department staff members for their kind cooperation. The very pleasure to start this auspicious occasion by healthy welcoming you all. Sight is what your eyes produce. Vision is what your heart produces. Never let what you see affect your vision. With this quote, I am so honored, privileged, and grateful to welcome our today's special guest speaker, Dr. Ed Malati, MBBS, MS, FRCO, for enlightened and spellbinding questions. She is here to give an interactive speech on the topic of most common eye problems, causes, and treatment. Madam, once again, I welcome you for an informative and impactful session. Now, I am handing over to Mrs. Grace to introduce our guest speaker and brief his academic travel till date. Over to Grace.
Are the windows to the soul. The most beautiful eyes are those who seek beauty in others. Good evening, one and all. I, Mrs. Grace, Research Scholar, Department of Geography, Bharati Women's College, glad to welcome and introduce Dr. Malati, MBBS, MS, FRCO. She has done her MBBS at MMC, MS Ophthalmology at Stanley Medical College. She has FICO and FRCS at Glasgow, and she has done LASIK training and lateral LASIK training too. She has been an assistant professor at Sri Ramachandra Medical College and Hospital till 2012 and now she is a consultant at Pranav Eye Care Hospital. She has more than 20,000 plus surgical experience till date. Once again, I welcome Dr. N. Malati, MBBS, MS, FRCO to take over this online session to educate us all with the most common eye problems, causes and treatments. Welcome you, doctor. All the best.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sujata ma'am and Dr. Mrs. Grace. So thanks for the opportunity and thanks for the invitation, ma'am. So good evening to all, and I am Dr. Malati. Shall I share my presentation? So I am Dr. Malati. I am an ophthalmic surgeon. I have my own hospital in Ambattur, Pranav Eye Care Hospital. So today I am going to discuss about the common eye problems and their causes and my treatment. So I hope you all have some queries in your mind to what is the common problems, and most of you have some problems in the eye, like wearing glasses, and some of your family members have eye problems too in the elder age group. So today we are going to discuss about common eye problems which are day to day we are going to handle. So first we need to understand our eye. So eye is like a camera. So first I will discuss about anatomy of the eye. So anatomy, like it starts from the anterior portion, the front portion of the eye is called cornea. This is the cornea. That is a glass. It's like a transparent structure. So it focuses the light. The light passes through the cornea. Then this is the lens, second glass part. So it is again a transparent structure. So both cornea and lens focus and transmits the light into the retina. It's the inner portion of the layer. That is the in camera we have seen some film, retinal film. Like that, the retina also is a film structure. It's the nervous part of the eye. So the retina focus the image and again it process the image. And the processed image is transmitted through this nerve. It's called optic nerve. So that is a very important structure. The optic nerve transmits the image to the brain. So once again, the cornea and the lens, the light passes through the cornea and lens, focused into the retina. So the three important structures in the eye are cornea, lens and retina. Again, the processed image is transmitted through the optic nerve. That is most important structure, because the optic nerve once it's degenerated, it cannot be regenerated. So this is very important structures. So the optic nerve transmits the image to the brain. See again, in the brain the image is processed. So this is the basic anatomy. The functions, again, the cornea and lenses is just it transmits, nothing other than that. It's just focus the image, and the retina is the processing part. The optic nerve is the carrying part. So my presentation today is going to cover about common problems. Like one of the most common leading problem is refractive errors, and then the second one is computer vision syndrome and cataract. The older age group, cataract is very common. Then next common is glaucoma and diabetic retinopathy. So my presentation today is going to cover these 5 topics. So the first topic is refractive error. So what is refraction? Refraction means focusing the image is focused in the retina. That is the refraction. So if the refractive error means there is any defect in the focusing power of the eye, is called refractive error. So why it is important? So why the vision screening first of all is important? Because refractive errors affect 25% of the children. So that means out of 10, 5 children are affected. So, and the common cause of the problem vision loss in children is due to amblyopia. That means if the vision is not corrected, the timely correction at the time, so it leads to permanent vision loss. The children is not corrected appropriate age, the vision loss will be permanent. So then we cannot correct the vision. So that is the loss of vision is in children is 5% is affected. So the screening can help identify and treat the serious problems also. So it's very important to screen all the children preschool or at school going age group. start from 3.5 years to 4 years, we can screen the children. As early as the possible is very important, because after after the age of 5 or 8, once the vision is not corrected, it becomes permanent vision loss. So we need to see the children at the age of preschool or school going age. So common refractive error, the refractive error have 3 different parts like myopia, hyperopia and presbyopia. So what are these things? So myopia means most of the young children wears that is short-sightedness. Usually come across nearsightedness. That means a child able to see the close distance near objects but cannot see the distance object. Usually the parents complain, my child is sitting near the computer or TV, not so always looking at the close distance. That means the child has some problem. If it is not able to see from the distance, the child is sitting near the computer. So it means the child has nearsightedness. That means the child has near vision but not able to focus distance. So that means myopia. So it is name called myopia, scientific name. The other next thing is hyperopia, the opposite of myopia. The child can see distance but cannot see close. So that means the child has hyperopic problem. So these two are more common in children and adult. But the age of most common is after age of 40 or 50. Between 40 to 50 is the most common problem is presbyopia. That means inability to focus near. That means the patients always come say the symptoms are like I'm not able to focus the newspaper or phone book. They keep the newspaper just away from the normal reading distance. That means they have the problem that is called presbyopia. This is one of the, again is called plus power. It's like they are unable to focus the near vision. It's called presbyopia. It's common between 40 to 50. So this is due to physiological aging, due to aging problem. So how can be corrected these refractive errors? So first thing is myopia, hyperopia, all 3 can be corrected by glasses or contact lenses and some cases surgery too. So we can correct permanently by surgeries, that is called laser vision correction, otherwise called LASIK. Surgical options are also there, but commonly we advise the patient for glasses. If the children is able to take contact lenses, the hygienic part is very important, then we can to advise contact lenses also. Some cases laser correction can be done for myopia and hyperopia. Presbyopia also there is the laser correction is available, but we don't advise because in the presbyopia the power usually progresses. Once you start with +1, it will usually progresses. So we don't advise presbyopic correction. Usually for myopia and hyperopia, we'll advise laser correction. Second topic is computer vision syndrome. So most of us like we are worried about the computer problems, what they cause, and we are worried about the computers. So the children also now addicted to computers, and most of us working from home, most of the time we are with the computer or smartphone or any other gadgets. So what causes the computer? What causes this problem? So it's a group of eye issues. Like it causes eye fatigue, eye strain. Sometimes the patient complain of dryness, dry eyes. So it's due to long time spending in the front of the computer. There is no radiation or something affecting your eyes, but it's mostly the problem due to the long hours spending on the computer causes eye strain or eye fatigueness. So what will be the symptoms? How the presentation, what are the symptoms of computer vision syndrome? Mostly you will get some eye irritation, sometimes redness, sometimes eye tiredness, headache. So these are the most common computer vision syndrome symptoms. So kids and kids also now they are addicted. They too have the same symptoms. So one more thing, very important thing is the children they spend more time on computer. They used to get myopia, the refractive error part. So the power will be normal sometimes, but after the digital comes, so the patient focus most of the time using the computer near sight. So the near sightedness will come. They unable to focus the distance. Always they focus the near. So it increases the refractive error problem. So the child already he didn't have any problem, but immediately suddenly they can develop some refractive error, or already they are using glasses, the power can increase. So these are the problems with computers with the kid. So the most common question from the patients or parents is, can looking at the computer screen damage my eyes? There is no harm, already I have described, there is no harmful radiation like UV rays or X-ray. There is no radiation itself, but the spending of time is more, then you will get eye strain. The muscles in the eye, it causes strain. So eye fatigueness or strain, then again it will lead on to some headache. These are the problems. So how to prevent these symptoms or problems from the computer vision syndrome? So you have to take regular breaks. So there is a rule called 20:20:20. So what is 20? 20 means after 20 minutes you have to take 20 seconds of break, and you have to continuously take this exercise. So and also you have to, the position of the monitor is very important. It should be below the level of eye. You should not it should be at the level or below the level of eye, the monitor. And the room surroundings also is very important. The brightness. If the room is very bright, and then you have some glare. Even the too dullness also cause problems. So the surroundings of your room is also very important. It should not be too bright or too dim. So that is also very important. So how can we prevent? The one exercise I have described, 20:20 rule. So you have to take, after every 20 minutes, you have to take break. That is 20 seconds to 1 minute you can take break. And you can also, voluntarily you can blink your eyes. Frequently you can blink your eyes, or you can watch some long distance for objects, like you can watch some trees or outside open. So that means that stimulates your eyes, or it relaxes your eyes. So that is very important. So computer house safe. So rule of thumb would be advise patient that monitor should be lower than the eyebrows, and adjust the monitor to, already we have described everything. So frequent blinking and rest. So other than that, any medications? Yeah, we have some medicines for the computer vision syndrome. That is for the eye dryness. If you look at the computer for long times, you will get eye dryness due to your reduced blinking rate. So, and also the room temperature, the humidifier, something, you will get eye dryness. So for that we'll advise some lubricant drops, that is called artificial tear drops, or otherwise called lubricant eye drops. So it prevents the eye dryness part. But even though if you use artificial tears or any of whichever medications, but again you have to take rest. That is very important. Even though if you use medicine, you have to take rest. That will take care of your eye fatigueness and headache. So for headache, you cannot use drops. Only for the eye dryness, we will advise drops. For the headache or eye strain problem, you have to take rest in between. So that is with the computer vision syndrome. I hope you will understood all the things. But at the end of the session, maybe we can have some question and answer session discussion. So next topic is cataract. So here I think most of them are students, college students, but the cataract is common between the age of 40 to 50. So it's an aging problem. So in even children also it's common. It's present at birth also, but there are various causes for that. But most common is due to senile aging. That is senile cataract. So what is meaning of cataract? It is a very common term. Most of us, like in our family, one of them had cataract surgery. So it's very common surgery done in worldwide. Like other than all surgery, general surgeries, the cataract surgery is very commonly done surgery. So what is cataract? That means we have already described in anatomy of the eye. There is a lens. Behind the cornea, there is a lens, that is the crystalline part, that is transparent structure usually. That light passes through the cornea and lens, then it reaches the retina. So if the lens is here, the transparent structure is opacified. That means the transparency is lost. That is clouding of the lens. It means that is called cataract. So once the cloudiness starts, the light cannot passes through the lens. So it blocks the image, it blocks the light to go into the reaches the retina. So you cannot see the image properly clearly. If it is a progressive phase, so if once is the cataract is matures advanced, the patient says first it starts with blurring of vision. Then again the cataract is going advanced stage, the patient unable to see clearly any face. Even some patients are not able to see the light itself. Sometimes even they are not able to recognize the family members. That is called cataract. So that is due to aging. Due to aging, like in ages, like we have some wrinkling in the skin, like that, the hardening of the lens comes. Due to the hardening, the lens, this focusing ability is lost. So the loss of focusing ability is called cataract. So how does cataract affect the vision? It's a normal eye, this is a transparent structure, you can see the image clearly, but eyes with cataract, this is the eye, cataract. Cataract eye, if it is very advanced, you can easily identify the cataract. There will be a white image in the center of the eye. White colored thing, that is the cataract. So that is usually in advanced cataract, but early cataract you can't see naked eye. Have to use the instrument and check for the cataract is there or not. So once the cataract develops, the patient's image will be like this. There will be blurred vision, they cannot see fine vision. So people with cataracts have difficulty seeing, they have the difficulty in seeing distance as well as reading. Both they have problem, and there will be some glare, photophobia and diplopia. Sometimes they see double vision. So these are the problems, and driving will be a most difficult problem. So they cannot drive at night. So these are the symptoms of cataracts. How will you treat the cataract? So there is no medical management for cataract like other diseases. Why so? Because the lens is a avascular structure. There is no blood vessels for the lens. So we cannot administer any medicine or injection or tablets. So once the blood supply is there, only the medicine will reach the structure. There is no blood vessel for the lens. So we cannot give any medicines for this. So only option is available today is surgical management. So there is no medical management or any other type of management. So even glasses will not correct the cataract. So we have to take away the cataract and we have to replace the natural lens with the artificial lens. That is called cataract surgery. So cataract surgery means removal of the natural lens. That means opacified lens. It's already opacified, its function is lost. So there is no use in the lens. So we are removing that lens with the laser procedure. That is called phacoemulsification, otherwise called laser procedure. So we'll remove the lens, natural lens, and we'll replace it with artificial lens. That is called cataract surgery. So nowadays, the cataract surgery is very modern technology. So it's outpatient procedure. There is no need for patient admission, and it's done under local anesthesia. So it's topically also we can put eye drops and we can do the surgery. It's hardly 10 to 15 minutes procedure. So tiny incision means the sutureless procedure. We don't need to put any sutures for this. It heals itself rapidly. So because its incision size is less than 3 millimeter, so we are not putting any sutures for this. So there will be no post-operative pain or discomfort. So totally painless, sutureless procedure. It's within half an hour we can finish the cataract surgery. So it's very advanced procedure in our today's era. So the cataract surgery is very simple actually. So nothing to worry about the cataract. So these are things in cataract. Next we move on to glaucoma. So glaucoma means like most of us family members. Some family they have the history of glaucoma. That means eye pressure. Like blood pressure, there is a pressure increased in the blood. It's called hypertension or blood pressure. Like that, there will be fluid in the eye intraocularly. Inside the eye, there is a fluid. This fluid has some normal pressure that maintains the eye preventing the collapsing of the eyeball. So it maintains the eyeball integrity. If the eye pressure is above normal, it's called elevated intraocular pressure or glaucoma. That means glaucoma. So why is this very important? Like BP patients, you have no diabetes or hypertension, they have some risk. Like hypertension patient, they can go for cardiac arrest or stroke, cerebral vascular attack. Like stroke means there is physical body damage. So like that, if the eye pressure is elevated, it will damage the optic nerve. If the blood pressure increases, it will damage the brain and causes stroke. Like that, if it intraocular pressure, if it is increased, then it damages the optic nerve. Why? So it's increased pressure mechanically damages the optic nerve portion here. So it damages the optic nerve slowly. So it's the asymptomatic problem. It's the early stages, you won't see any symptoms at all. So that is the problem with the glaucoma. So we have to identify it early. Then only we can prevent the permanent vision loss. Why? So it's because here, once it's damaged, the optic nerve, the optic nerve will not be regenerated or we cannot be replaced like cataract. Cataract we can remove and replace it at any time. But here, once the optic nerve is damaged, we cannot be replaced with any other thing. So it's very, very important thing to know about glaucoma. So all the whoever comes to examination for eye, they have to check for the eye pressure also. That is very, very important because most of the time we miss the glaucoma early stage because there won't be any symptoms. There won't be any pain or redness. These are the common symptoms. But here in glaucoma, there won't be any symptom. Only advanced stage, they have the vision loss. That too, they can see the center, peripheral vision will be lost. So that is the most crucial part in glaucoma. So how glaucoma then will be diagnosed? Already we have described this now. There won't be any symptoms. So only by examination we can find out the diagnosis of glaucoma. So that is the reason we are insisting everyone go for annual eye examination. For children also it's very important vision screening because I already discussed refractive error is very common in children. If it is not corrected, it will cause lazy eye, then permanent vision loss. Like that, glaucoma also will be missed. It's very common between the ages of 40, 50 in that age group. That the family history is there is very important because it's a genetic problem. So if the family members have affected with the cataract, whole family should be examined. So annual eye exam and the pressure measurement and vision test is very, very important. So the special diagnosis for glaucoma is optic nerve test that will be done at the ophthalmology setup. So these tests are all painless and take very little time. So always insist, once you go for eye examination, always insist on eye pressure measurement. So glaucoma, how it affects the vision? So normal vision will be like this. Already I discussed early glaucoma, there won't be any symptoms. So like normal vision, they don't have any problem in the center. Slowly the vision will be affected from the periphery. So once it's advanced, you cannot see the surroundings. Only the center vision will be there. If you drive, you can see the center around. The peripheral vision will be blocked. So you cannot drive at all. This advanced glaucoma stage. The extreme glaucoma, only tunnel vision. They have only the center tunnel kind of vision. So they cannot see even the face. They can identify the center. They cannot see the whole face like that. In this stage, we cannot treat the patient, right? We cannot cure them. Only we can we can stabilize the vision, whatever is still left. So that is the reason glaucoma diagnosis is very, very important and early management is very, very important. And so you all should know about glaucoma. Like blood pressure, it is one of kind of elevated pressure in the eye. That is very simple to understand. But it's not related to any blood pressure or hypertension. It's different. Even normal patients without the hypertension also, they can develop glaucoma. Sometimes it's associated with hypertension also, but it's not purely related to hypertension. So the glaucoma, how it is treated? So it's a treatable disease, but only thing we have to diagnose it early. If we diagnose it early, we can stabilize the disease. It won't progress. So initial stages we can treat with medication. First line management is drops, eye drops. So once there is a lifelong medication you have to take, like blood pressure also, diabetes also, we take regular medication like that. Glaucoma also, you should not discontinue the medication in between without doctor's advice. So this is a lifelong medication. So other things are also there. First line is medical management. Next, second line of management is laser are available. And if at all there is no response for medical management, then we'll do surgery also. But some cases we'll do surgery. Most common treatment is first line management is medical management, that is eye drops. So I think this is the last topic, diabetic retinopathy. So what you all know diabetes. So diabetes is increased blood sugar level. So the diabetes causes retinopathy. So already we discussed retina. What is retina? Retina is the inner layer of the eye that process the retinal image and transmit it into the optic nerve. This is very important layer. It's a layer. It's behind the eyeball. This is the retinal layer. You can see the blood vessels here. This is the optic nerve head. From here it starts optic nerve. So this retina is continuous with the optic nerve. So the retina is this is called retina. So this is a back side. It's present in the back side of our eye. So here the image is focused and processed, and again it carried from the optic nerve. So what is diabetic retinopathy? Diabetes, one of the complications of diabetes is retinopathy. Other complications are, diabetic is a renal affection, so it causes kidney function problem. So retinopathy, renal problems, or diabetic foot ulcers. There are many complications due to diabetes. One of the complications in eye is diabetic retinopathy. So diabetes causes diabetic retinopathy. It's a slowly progressive disease. A diabetes increased blood sugar level. It damages the blood vessels of the eye. It damages all blood vessels anywhere in the organ, even the cardiac blood vessels. All blood vessels are affected by small blood vessels are affected by due to diabetes. So damage of the blood vessels. Once the blood vessels are damaged, it starts leak. So the leakage from the vessels causes the hemorrhages. You can see the bloods. Dot like thing, the red color is a leaked blood. Like these are the from blood. So from the leakage of the small vessels, there will be hemorrhages in the retina. Slowly, there are 4 stages in the diabetic retinopathy, from mild to advanced stage. Mild stage, there will be few hemorrhages. Advanced stage, the whole retina will be affected. The whole retina soaked with blood. So once it's soaked with blood, it loses the transparency, it loses its function. So the vision slowly will deteriorate and finally it go to permanent vision loss. So this is very, very important, because again the retina is affected. It's once affected, we can stop it, whatever remaining will be there, but we cannot retrieve the whole vision back. So that is very important, because it's not regenerative, but it's once degenerated. So the blood vessels become leaky and it soaks the retina. So new vessels also sometimes grow, it aggressively bleed, that is called advanced stage. So this is one of the blindness, it's a major cause of blindness in the whole world. So this is very, very important, because it's a major cause of blindness. So these are the stages of diabetic retinopathy. You will have the normal retina, you won't see any kind of these things. The structure will be very normal, clear. Here you can see these things like hemorrhages. These red color are hemorrhages. These are the fluid accumulated in the retina. Between the layers there will be fluid accumulation, and these are the dark pigmented black colored patches. These are the atrophic area. So the retina is damaged and atrophic. That means there is no functional area, that tissue there. So how can diabetic retinopathy causes vision loss? Slowly the hemorrhages, like if the bleeding occurs, that area you cannot see the vision. That will be scotoma. Like that area alone, you can see this like will be like this. You can see the dark spots in front of eyes. That is the hemorrhages. So some patients usually comes with sudden loss of vision or blurring of vision. So these are the common symptoms of diabetic retinopathy. So how will you prevent diabetic retinopathy? So 90% of diabetic eye disease can be prevented simply by regular eye examination and controlling of blood sugar, and other risk factors also we should control, like blood pressure, lipid profile also we should take control. So this is very important. Most of the time we can prevent it by examination, by regular examination. If the patient, like your mother, parents are diabetic, they regularly go to diabetologist. They consult with the general physician or diabetologist. They take medicines, but they don't go to ophthalmologist, eye doctor regularly. Why? So because the symptoms won't be there. Only in the advanced stage they have the problems. So because of the asymptoms, like they don't have any symptoms, they don't come to ophthalmologist. They only regularly consult with diabetologist. They take care of the diabetes. But once the diabetes starts, like you have to regularly after each year you have to consult with the ophthalmologist also, because the duration also very important. Even though if you have strict control of blood sugar, if the duration lasts more than 5 years, it damages the retina. So that's why it's very important. If you go for diabetologist, you have to also consult with ophthalmologist regularly. If the disease is mild, then we can see the patient once in a year. But if the disease is very severe, we will advise them to come for regular visits, like monthly or bi-weekly. We advise the patient. So with this, I think I hope covered everything. For the treatment part for diabetic retinopathy, this is the prevention of diabetic retinopathy by controlling blood sugar, hypertension, and lipid profile. But treatment for diabetic retinopathy there is laser available and surgery is also available. That and all for advanced stage. Early stages, only by control of blood sugar and regular examination only we can avoid the progression of the disease. That is very important. So I covered most of the things. Refractive error is very common in children and also adults. And the second one is like computer vision syndrome. Yeah, nowadays is very common, computer vision syndrome. This simply we can avoid computer vision. This is actually not a disease. It's like a disorder due to usage of computer. This is not a disease. Cataract is due to age. Due to aging, cataract develops. And glaucoma also is not in our hand. It's due to genetic and age. And the other thing is diabetes. Yeah, diabetes we can take control by early examination with the ophthalmologist. So with this, I hope I covered everything. The common problems are this is a chronic disease, but some sudden vision loss is there that we that will be elaborate. And the other common problems are eye redness and watering, like that kind of problem symptoms. Actually, that comes under conjunctivitis, like the inflammation of the outer skin. That is very that's very common, but is not caused by any major pathology. It's very simple allergens or sometimes infection causes. That is very short period of time. So so that is not covered here. I hope I covered major parts in eye problems. So with this, I will thank the Dr. Sujata ma'am and the organizers of the Bharati Bharati University. So I thank everyone who took the time to make the arrangements. Thank you so much. So my contact is here. You can contact me for any further details, or if you want to visit website also there, pranavecare.com. You can visit our website. So thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Participants, please have any doubt, you please share with our speaker. If you have any doubts, if you want to clarify anything on eye related problem, what
Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah, good evening, ma'am.
I am Sangeeta. I am MCom student. I am from Kanchipuram.
Okay.
எனக்கு வந்து ஒரு டவுட் மேம். லேசர் ட்ரீட்மெண்ட் ஐக்கு வந்து லேசர் ட்ரீட்மெண்ட் பண்ணிட்டு ஞாபக மறதி வருமா? ஏன்னா எங்க பாட்டிக்கு அது பண்ணிட்டு ஆஃப்டர் 7 years வந்து அவங்க இறந்துட்டாங்க. அவங்க சொன்னாங்க லேசர் பண்ணிட்டாக்கா ஆஃப்டர் 7 years வந்து இது இருக்கும். சோ எங்களுக்கு அது டவுட், அதனால இறந்தாங்களா இல்ல லேசர் ட்ரீட்மெண்ட் பண்ணா அவங்க வந்து 7 years தான் இருப்பாங்களா?
7 years இருந்திருக்காங்க, அதனால லேசர்னால டெத் எல்லாம் ஆக மாட்டாங்க. சரிங்களா? சர்ஜரி பண்ணி 7 years அவங்க விஷன் நார்மலா இருந்திருக்கு. சர்ஜரிக்கும் ஐ சர்ஜரிக்கும் அவங்க டெத்துக்கும் ரிலேட்டடா இல்ல.
லேசர் பண்ணா அல்சைமர் வருதுன்னு சொல்றாங்க.
அல்சைமர் இல்ல அல்சைமர்லாம் வராதுங்க. இது வந்து நம்ம லென்ஸ மட்டும் தான் ரிமூவ் பண்றோம். சோ அதனால அதுக்கும் நம்ம ஆப்டிக் நர்வ் கூட டச் பண்றது இல்ல. சோ இட்ஸ் மிடில் ஆஃப் த ஐல தான் இருக்கு. அந்த லென்ஸ மட்டும் ரிமூவ் பண்ணி ஆர்டிபிஷியல் லென்ஸ் வச்சிருவோம். அது வந்து உங்களுக்கு எந்த இதுலயும் இந்த அல்சைமர்லாம் காஸ் பண்ணாது. அல்சைமர்ங்கிறது ஆக்சுவலா வந்து ஏஜிங்னால வரதுதான். அதுவுமே ஒன் ஆஃப் த சினைல் சேஞ்சஸ். சோ அது வந்து நம்ம கேட்ராக்டும் சினைல் ஏஜ்ல வரும் டியூ டு ஏஜ். சோ அது காமனா இருக்குமே தவிர இதனால அது வரது இல்ல.
ஓகே மேம், தேங்க் யூ.
Excuse me, may I put a question?
Yes sir.
I am Joseph, retired from Census of India. Okay. Nowadays, in this pandemic period, nowadays we are hearing daily black fungus. Why it affects only eyes, not in the other parts of the human body? I mean, the face only. Now, when we see in the mouth or the eyes, why it affects the eyes? One question. Another thing is, generally we are having fungus trouble like sportsman toe, this one like that. No. So whether that fungus will become, whether it is a possibility to become black fungus? These two questions.
Okay sir.
After that, I will come to the cataract. Okay. Because I myself having cataract problem.
Okay. So for the first question, sir, you have asked why it affects the eye. So it's not only affects the eye, sir, it affects the nose, eye, and it's called rhinocerebral mucormycosis. That means rhino means nose. First, it affects the nose, sinuses. Then its eye is very close to the sinus. There is a thin layer between both are adjacent structures. There is a very thin layer between the sinus and eye. So that's the reason it affects the second most common part is eye. Then from eye it affects the brain, because from eye it easily can reaches the brain. So starts with the nose sinus, then it affects the eye, then it reaches the brain. That is the cause of the death. Once it reaches the brain, the mortality rate is more. It also can affect the lungs, and skin mucormycosis is also there. It can affect skin, lungs, any part of the body, but most common because it's environmentally it's a spores. It's called mucormycosis spores. It's a fungal spores. So it is absorbed through the nose and it accumulates in the sinus. It's deposited in the sinus and it multiplies and it easily get transferred to the eyes. The symptoms is presentation is eye, because the sinuses once it get involved, the patient thinks of like it's normal cold or sinus, like blockage or nose. They think it's normal. Already they are affected with COVID. They think okay, the stuffiness is due to COVID or some normal cold. Once it reaches the eye only, the second stage only, the patient understands. So it's not normal. Something is happening in my eyes. There will be swelling, facial swelling, protrusion of eyeball, some muscle restriction, so they cannot move their eyes. That stage only the patient realizes that there is a more advanced problem, not only COVID. So that stage only the presentation comes, but before that there will be already the sinuses will be affected.
Why it comes only after corona disease?
No,
it affects common person also?
Yes sir, not common person. Most commonly we do see mucormycosis cases in renal transplantation, after any transplantation. because after organ transplantation we give immunosuppressants. That means we'll suppress the immunity to take the graft. So if you replace the kidney, they have to accept the kidney, foreign kidney, the other patient's, other person's kidney. So for that our immunity work aggressively. So we need to stop that immunity power in our body. So that for that we give immunosuppressant. Post transplantation we give immunosuppressant for long hours. So more than 6 months we'll give. Usually 6 months to 12 months we'll give immunosuppressant. So after immunosuppressants, the patient usually develops some immunocompromised disease like mucormycosis, even hepatitis. There are so many tuberculosis. There are so many diseases will be there. It's a complication of transplantation. Even diabetes patients sometimes develop diabetic ketoacidosis, uncontrolled blood sugar, causes mucormycosis. In uncontrolled diabetic patients also, they are mucormycosis is very common. Earlier days, but post corona or in corona pandemic time, what happens is, one is the COVID itself affects the immunity power, and second thing is hospitalization. In hospitalization also there is steroid usage of steroids. And these two things, humidity oxygen given through the humidifier, the water is not cleaned properly. So these things causes mucus most commonly in this pandemic time.
Okay. So the normal fungus, no, I told sportsman toe or the சேத்துப்புன்னு சொல்றாங்கல்ல அந்த fungus கூட
there are different kind of fungus, sir. This is mucor is one kind of fungus. There are aspergillosis. There are different fungal varieties are there, like bacteria. Fungus also one kind of microorganism. This is commonly present in the air, plants, and environmental spores is commonly there. But it's opportunistic infection. Once your immunity is down, it will get infected. You get infected. Mucor, why it's called black means once the mucor infection progress, it will affect the blood vessels, it coagulates the blood vessels. There will be clotting of the blood vessels. So it blocks the blood supply of that organ. Once the organ is not supplied with the blood, it's ischemic. Ischemic means there are no blood vessels to the organ. So the organ become ischemic and the color will be changed to black. And even diabetic gangrene, in the legs, normally the gangrene, the leg will be the black color. That is due to blockage of blood. So the same thing happens in the mucormycosis. That's why it's called black fungus. Actually, the mucor is not black in color. The problem is in black color. The symptoms and signs are black in color. Anything else, sir?
Regarding cataract.
Yes.
Sorry, I think I'm taking much time. And what about what Sujata? I can take no.
No problem, sir. If
After long time, I could see you, and then I can see Shyamala and other persons also. Anyhow, okay. Sir,
you can share, sir. You can share your doubts, sir. No problem.
Okay. Madam, I tested for my cataract. In one hospital, say that one Agarwal here in Porur. What they told, sir, you have to go cataract surgery. So they say within 1 or 2 days, like that. But I want to have second opinion, so I went to another doctor. There she told, sir, you can wait even 6 months or 1 year. It is not the stage. I don't know why this difference comes, first of all. And then they say asperic lens. Whether which is advisable? Foreign lens, asperic means what? They prefer that, or they suggest me go for asperic lens or something like that. I want to have some clarity on that.
So
whether this cataract will give headache?
Yes, sir. Sometimes depends on the stage of the disease. Like if the cataract is there, in cataract also there are stages. Like cancer in cataract, mild and stage 1, 2, 3, up to 4 stages are there in cataract.
Okay.
Stage 1 is early stage. You can wait for some time to go for surgery. That time you won't have any symptoms. Like you won't see any symptoms. For regular checkup, the doctor say like you have mildly early changes are there, lens changes are there. That is stage 1. You don't have see any problems. Second stage, the problem starts. The patient complains of some problem like vision problem, blurring of vision, or seeing glare, something. Driving, there will be some difficulty in driving. That is the second stage. Third stage, the progression will be more, the disease will be more. So they cannot see the long objects. They cannot see the TV. They cannot see the person who is coming from long distance. They cannot see the see objects. Fourth stage is they cannot see even their own hand. Complete blockage of vision. So they can't see anything surrounding them. So that is the stage 4, advanced stage, that is mature cataract. What we call is mature. After mature is called hypermature. That means once the maturity comes, the lens break into substances, the pressure will rise. That is called glaucoma. Again, the cataract also causes glaucoma. That stage will be more painful and it damages your eye nerve. So that stage is very emergency to go for surgery. Immediately you have to go for the surgery, operation. You have to do operation. So only emergency in cataract is hypermature stage, mature or hypermature. So stage 1, 2, 3 you can wait, sir.
Okay.
Nothing wrong, but depends on your need and other rest of the things. Like your need is more, you want to drive better or you want to work in better way, you can go for surgery in even stage 2. Stage 1 usually I don't advise, sir. I will not advise for surgery in stage 1 because there is no symptoms for the patient. There's nothing. The patient is normal, so we don't advise.
So headache will not be there at that stage 1.
Yes, there is no symptom how the headache will be there. Only the vision blurring starts, they have the headache and other problems. That stage we advise them for surgery. Okay, sir.
Okay. Asperic lens.
Asperic lens. There are many types of lenses are available in the market. Which one you want to take means your professional need. Like you want to work for distance reading, that called multifocal. Multifocal means you can see both the distance and reading. You can do with a single lens. That is called multifocal. And that too, the asperic means aberration-free lenses. The aberration means once you focus the image, there will be peripheral aberrations always there. That will be avoided by aspherical lens, aberration-free lens. So normal spherical lens, you will have some kind of peripheral aberrations. So there are minimal differences only, sir. There is not much difference. This is type of lenses. Like in car also you have different kind of cars like that. The same purpose, but you have different models and kind of things. Like that, the lenses also, there are many types of lenses are available, but depends upon your need, we can select. Need, age, and financial statement also is very important.
Yes, sure.
Process differs much. So finance, with this we can select a lens. But aspheric, compared to spherical, aspheric is a good lens. Comparative to aspherical is better. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other queries from our audience side?
Ma'am, I am Kanishk, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I have a doubt, ma'am. Can eye axis reduce the eye power, ma'am?
Yeah, little bit. Like if you have power of less than -1, it can be corrected with normal regular eye exercises. Like you can, some test exercises are there. So less than -1 will be corrected.
If I have power as 2.0, like 2.50.
2.50, you have to wear glasses. There is no other option.
Ma'am, in that time, eye exercise can help, ma'am.
Eye exercise help to reduce 0.5, but not completely. You cannot get away from the glasses.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Any other doubts are there? Otherwise, audience, do you have any doubts?
Good evening, ma'am. I have a doubt.
Yeah.
My age is 21.
Okay.
Can I use contact lenses?
Yeah, very well. How much is your power?
Minus 2.5.
Minus 2.5. Have astigmatism also, cylindrical power?
6/6, ma'am.
6/6. Yeah, 2.5 spherical, you can wear contact lens, no problem.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Any other doubts you want to share with the speaker? Yeah.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Any other normal lens we have used for the own purposes? I'm not prepared any other disease. I'm to use for the normal lens. This one I am.
It's not clear, sir. Your voice is not clear.
Normal lens,
Yes, sir.
which one I am on?
Normal lens, sir.
Normal lens,
Yes, sir.
any other lens we have used.
I don't understand the question, madam.
Sir, Rajkumar sir, நீங்க தமிழ்ல கேளுங்க சார் கேட்கணும்னா.
Okay, ma'am. Normal lens ஏதாவது யூஸ் பண்ணலாம்.
Normal lens for what, sir? எதுக்காக கேக்குறீங்க?
இது நார்மலா ஒரு எந்த ஒரு டிசீஸ் இல்லாம இருக்கு.
கிளாஸ் கேக்குறீங்களா? நார்மலா கிளாஸ் வேர் பண்ணலாமான்னு கேக்குறீங்களா?
நார்மல் கிளாஸ் கரெக்டா யூஸ் பண்றாங்களா?
எஸ் சார்.
அதனால ஏதாவது டிசீஸ் ஏற்படலாமா இல்ல
இல்ல அது பிளைன் கிளாसेस தாங்க, ஜீரோ பவர் பிளைன் கிளாसेस நீங்க வேர் பண்ணலாம் சார். சேஃப்டினஸ்க்காக யூஸ் பண்ணலாம்.
only safety.
சேஃப்டிக்காக தான். எஸ், சேஃப்டி அண்ட் சம்டைம்ஸ் நீங்க ஆன்டி ரிஃப்ளெக்டிவ் கோட்டிங் அந்த டே நைட் கிளாसेसலாம் நீங்க வேர் பண்ணலாம்.
Okay.
அதனால எதுவும் சைடு
Good evening, ma'am. I am Jaya, Queen Mary's College, assistant professor. I am asking one question. Sugar level. எந்த அளவுக்கு மேல அதிகமா போனா அந்த கன் எஃபெக்ட் ஆகும் மேம்? சுகர் லெவல்.
சுகர் லெவல்
302 402 எவ்வளவு போனா அது இதாகும்?
அதாவது சுகர் லெவல்
இல்ல சுகருக்கு அந்த மாத்திரை எல்லாம் எடுத்துக்கிறோம், எந்த லெவலுக்கு மேல போனா அந்த கண்ணோட வெசல்ஸ் எல்லாம் பாதிக்கும்னு கேக்குறாங்க.
about 200 நீங்க நார்மல் இருக்கும் ஒரு நாள் ஒரே லெவல் fluctuate
தேங்க்யூ மேம், ரொம்ப யூஸ்ஃபுல்லான இதுங்க மேம். சூப்பர் மேம், தேங்க்யூ. ஓகே
மேம்.
சொல்லுங்க
மேம். இப்போ வந்து ஆன்லைன் கிளாஸஸ் வந்து 3 hours வந்து அட்டென்ட் பண்றோம் மேம். சோ கண்ணு வந்து அப்படியே எரியுது மேம், பர்ன் ஆகுது மேம். அதை அவாய்ட் பண்றதுக்கு எதனா சொல்யூஷன் இருக்கா மேம்?
அதுதான் நீங்க 3 hours கண்டினியூஸா பாக்குறீங்களா?
ஆமா மேம்.
3 hours கண்டினியூஸா
இல்ல மேம், அதுக்கப்புறம் கூட எரிச்சலா இருக்கு மேம். ஒரு மாதிரி ஈவினிங் டைம்ல எல்லாம் கூட அப்படிதான் மேம் இருக்கு.
அதுதான் சிஸ்டம் பார்க்கும்போது, மானிட்டர் பார்க்கும்போது உங்களுக்கு ஐ வந்து எவாப்ரேட், ஐ tears evaporate ஆகும். சோ ட்ரைனஸ் வரும். சரிங்களா? சோ அதனால ரெகுலரா சிஸ்டம் பார்க்கும்போது ஒரு 20 மினிட்ஸ் தான் நமக்கு ஒரு ரூல்ஸ் வந்து 20:20. சோ 20 மினிட்ஸ் பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு 20 செகண்ட் வந்து ரிலாக்ஸ் பண்ணணும், ரெஸ்ட் கொடுக்கணும் ஐஸ்க்கு. நீங்களே அந்த இடத்துல கண்ணை மூடி திறக்கலாம், ஃப்ரீக்வெண்டா பிளிங்க் பண்ணிக்கலாம், அடிக்கடி கண்ணை பிளிங்க் பண்ணலாம். இல்ல நீங்க நார்மல் வாட்டர்ல ஒரு ஃபேஸ் வாஷ் மாதிரி பண்ணலாம். இல்லைன்னா கொஞ்சம் டிஸ்டன்ஸ்ல வெளியில போயிட்டு கொஞ்சம் ஓப்பன் ஸ்பேஸ் பார்க்கலாம். ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு 1 or 2 minutes பண்ணிட்டு வந்தீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு அந்த ஐ பர்னிங், ஐ ஸ்ட்ரெயின் இருக்காது. இல்லைன்னா எரிச்சல் அதிகமா இருக்குன்னா டிராப்ஸ் இருக்கு, லூப்ரிகன் டிராப்ஸ் சொல்லுவோம், கண்ணை லூப்ரிகேட் பண்றது. ஸோ அந்த டிராப்ஸ் அப்ளை பண்ணலாம். பட் மெயினா நீங்க ரெஸ்ட் கொடுக்கணும், பிரேக் எடுக்கணும்.
ஓகே மேம், ஓகே மேம்.
இன்னொன்னு உங்க சிஸ்டம் எப்படி நீங்க யூஸ் பண்றீங்க, உங்க ரூம் கிளார் எப்படி இருக்கா, உங்க ரூம் நீங்க யூஸ் பண்றது லைட்டிங் எல்லாம் நல்லா இருக்கா, மானிட்டர் எப்படி வச்சிருக்கீங்க, அதெல்லாமும் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். சோ உங்களுடைய பர்னிங் ரீசன் வந்து ஐ ட்ரைனஸ் தான். சரிங்களா?
ஓகே மேம், ஓகே மேம்.
Excuse me, ma'am.
எஸ் சொல்லுங்க.
Ma'am, if suppose anyone started to use the specs, ma'am, if there is any chance to discontinue it, ma'am?
Yeah, there is a chances.
If he or she uses frequently, if there is any chances to discontinue, ma'am?
Depends on the power. It's like if it is more than, like what I said, it's more than 0.751, it's very difficult to stop and discontinue the glasses. If it is less than 1, it will change. Normally it will fluctuate, the power will change. There will be plus or minus 0.5. If it is reduces, the power is reduces, then you can discontinue the glasses. But if it is
what are the ways to discontinue it, ma'am?
What are the ways to discontinue? Very difficult to answer because usually once the power starts, it goes like it increases. If once the age of 18-20 only, it will stabilize. Meantime, it increase, the power will keep on increase. So that time we cannot advise to them stop. Usually you have to wear regularly, like lifelong you have to take the glasses. It's very rare we advise them to discontinue if it is less than 1. Power is less than 1 or 0.5, we advise them to discontinue. Otherwise, you have to wear regularly, continuously. You cannot discontinue.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Ma'am, I'm Dhanlakshmi from Computer Science Department. Actually, I have a long doubt, ma'am. Specs போட்டா அது எப்படி பண்ண தெரியும்? அந்த கிளாஸ் அந்த பவர் எப்படி மேம்? அண்ட் டைப் ஆஃப் கிளாஸஸ் இருக்கு, ஆனா ஐ தனியா எப்படி கிளாஸ் இருக்கு, அது எப்படி பவர் அது இருக்கு மேம்?
ஏனுங்க உங்க क्वेश्चन எனக்கு கரெக்ட்டா கேக்கலங்க
மேம். இப்போ ஸ்பெக்ஸ் போறோம்ல மேம், இப்போ நம்ம ஐ கண்ணுல டாக்டர் இந்த ஸ்பெக்ஸ் போட்டா தெரியும் மேம். அந்த விசிபிள் பவர் வந்து அந்த ஸ்பெக்ஸ்க்கு எப்படி
பவர்ங்களா?
yes.
I don't understand your question properly.
ஆக்சுவலா பேசும்போது தனலட்சுமி நீங்க பேசும்போது வாய்ஸ் வேற எக்ஸ்ட்ரா வாய்ஸ் கேக்குது, அதனால கிளியரா தெரியல. நீங்க கொஞ்சம் சவுண்ட் கம்மியா இருக்கிறது நீங்க கேட்டீங்கன்னா கிளியரா இருக்கும் கொஸ்டின்.
Hello, ma'am. Hello, ma'am. Ma'am, my name is Vaishnavi, second MSc Geography, studied at Madurai Kamaraj University.
Okay.
Ma'am, I am from Kerala.
Okay.
Ma'am, நான் ஒரு டவுட் கேட்கட்டுமா? நான் என்னோட ஹஸ்பண்டுக்கு கண்ணுக்குள்ள நல்ல ரெட்னஸ் வந்திருக்கு. அது ஒரு 1 week அது கண்டினியூஸா ஐ ஹாஸ்பிட்டல் போய் செக் பண்ணி பார்த்தபோது டாக்டர் கண்ணுக்குள்ள நல்ல அலர்ஜிஸ் இருக்குன்னு சொல்லியிருக்கேன்.
ஓகே.
நிறைய டிராப்ஸ் கொடுத்தாச்சு. ஒன் இஸ் ஒலோபெட்டடைன், then is eye mist.
ஓகே
மேம், இப்போ வந்துட்டு ரெட்னஸ் கொஞ்சம் கம்மியா இருக்கு. மறுபடியும் ஏதாவது ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ் இருக்கா மேம்? அது ஐ டிராப்ஸ் எல்லாம் எவ்வளவு நாள் நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ண முடியும்?
இல்ல, இது வந்து நீங்க சொல்றது மைல்ட் அலர்ஜி, நார்மலா வந்து போறதுங்க அலர்ஜி ப்ராப்ளம். லைக் உங்களுக்கு ஸ்கின்ல ஒரு இரிட்டேஷன், இச்சிங் இருக்கலாம், லைக் யூ கேன் ஹேவ் கோல்ட், அந்த மாதிரி ஐல வர அலர்ஜி. காமன்லி கம்ஸ். இது வந்து உங்களுக்கு ஓலாபெட்டடின் அண்ட் ஐ மிஸ்ட் இதெல்லாம் வந்து நார்மலா பிரிஸ்கிரைப் பண்ற ட்ராப்ஸ். ஸோ யூ கேன் டேக் இட் ஃபார் 2 to 3 weeks till the symptoms subsides. Once உங்களுக்கு ரெட்னஸ் அதர் சிம்டம்ஸ் ரெடியூஸ் ஆனா யூ கேன் ஸ்டாப் த மெடிசன்.
ஆமா மேம், அந்த மெடிசின் ஒரு கண்ணுக்கு மட்டும்தான் போடா போதும்னு சொல்லுங்க.
It can come one eye or both eyes also can be affected. Even it comes in one eye also, no problem. So a common problem. It's a mild allergy, nothing to worry.
Okay ma'am, thank you ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, can you hear me now, ma'am?
Yeah.
Ma'am, actually specs போடுறதுனால நமக்கு அந்த ஸ்பெக்ஸ்ல எப்படி அந்த பவர் கிடைக்குதுன்னு கேக்குறேன் ma'am.
Okay. So refractive error is defect in the eye focusing. So நம்ம நார்மலா ஐ ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்றது there is a defect. Normal power வந்து 56 diopter in our eyes. நார்மலா ஐயோட பவர் வந்து 56 diopters இருக்கும். So அது plus or minus இருக்கும்போது you will have the problem. If it is more like 60 then you have myopia. That is the power is short sightedness. The image will falls in front of our eyes, in front of retina. So that then you cannot see the vision clearly. If it is eyeball is very small, then power is less, like less than 56. Then you have hyperopia. You have to be corrected with plus lenses. So the lenses works as a correcting lenses. Like it's a correcting lenses. Concave, convex lenses are correcting lenses. So it corrects a defective part of the power. So
Yes,
if it
ma'am, I have that.
You understand?
கான்கேவ் இருக்கு. அந்த லென்ஸ் பவர் எப்படி இருக்கு? அது நார்மலாவே நேச்சுரலா அதுக்கு இருக்கா இல்ல அது
ஐயோட பவர் மெஷர் பண்ணிட்டு அந்த பவர் உங்களுக்கு எவ்வளவு அதிகமா இருக்கும், லைக் 60 டயாப்டர்ஸ் இருக்குன்னா அந்த -4 பண்ணணும். இப்ப 58 நார்மல் 56 உங்களுக்கு 58 இருக்குன்னா அது -2 கொடுக்கணும். சோ if it is நார்மலா 56 ஆவரேஜ் உங்களுக்கு 50 தான் இருக்குன்னா அந்த 6 டயாப்டர் பிளஸ்ல கொடுக்கணும்.
ஓகே மேம், ஓகே மேம்.
பிளஸ்னா கான்வெக்ஸ், மைனஸ்னா கான்கேவ்.
Thank you ma'am. Ma'am, one more doubt. Ma'am, எனக்கு வந்து லெஃப்ட் ஐல வந்து சின்ன வயசுல இருந்து அந்த மாதிரி இல்ல மேம். இப்போ வந்து சம்திங் ஆர்டிஃபிஷியலா ஒரு மாதிரி இருக்கு மேம்.
ஆமா, நீங்க அது இது உங்களுக்கு டவுட் இருக்கு ஐல உங்களுக்கு ஒரு தடவை கன்சல்ட் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. டாக்டர் கன்சல்ட் பண்ணீங்கன்னா, ஏன்னா ஐ வந்து டைரக்டா பாக்குறதுல தெரியாது உங்களுக்கு, மைக்ரோஸ்கோப்ல பாக்கும்போது தான் உங்களுக்கு டீடைல்டா எக்ஸாமின் பண்ண முடியும்.
மேம், ஆக்சுவலி சம்டைம்ஸ் எப்போது பார்க்கும்போது நான் வந்து டெஸ்ட் பண்ணி பார்ப்பேன் மேம். எனக்கு நானே ஒரு கண் மூடிட்டு ஒரு கண் மட்டும் திறந்து பார்த்தேன்னா சம்திங் இந்த துகள் மாதிரி ஏதாவது மூவ் ஆகிற மாதிரி தெரியும் மேம். லெஃப்ட் ரைட் கார்னர். அதனால ஒரு ஐல தான் அப்படி இருக்கான்னு சொல்லிட்டு நானே செக் பண்ணேன் மேம். சம்டைம்ஸ் செக் பண்ணும்போது இந்த 2 ஐலயுமே அந்த மாதிரி தெரியுது மேம்.
நீங்க ரெகுலர் செக்அப் இயர்லி ஒன்ஸ் பண்ணுங்க. ஆனுவலாவே ஒரு எக்ஸாம் பண்ணனும் ஐ டாக்டர்ட்ட. நீங்க போய் ஒரு தடவை நார்மல் டெஸ்ட் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. ரெகுலர் ஐ செக்அப் பண்ணுங்க.
ஓகே மேம், थैंक यू
மேம்.
எஸ் மேம்.
I am G Kritika. I am from Kanchipuram மேம்.
ஓகே.
ஆன்லைன் கிளாஸ் பார்க்கறதுல இருந்து நைட் டைம்ல மட்டும் கண்ணுல தண்ணி வருது. அதுக்கு
அதாங்க ஆன்லைன் கிளாஸ், அதாவது ரொம்ப ஹவர்ஸ் நாங்க சிஸ்டம் ஸ்கிரீன் பாக்குறதுனால வரலாம் அது. சோ அதுவும் அது சிங்கிள் ஐ ட்ரைனஸ் இருக்கு உங்களுக்கு. சோ அந்த மாதிரி இருக்குன்னா கொஞ்சம் ரெகுலரா சிஸ்டம் பார்க்கும்போது பிரேக் எடுத்துக்கோங்க கிளாஸஸ்ல. இல்லைன்னா அடிக்கடி நீங்க தண்ணியில வாஷ் பண்ணலாம், ஃபேஸ் வாஷ் பண்ணலாம், இல்லைன்னா டிராப்ஸ் யூஸ் பண்ணலாம், ஐ பிளிங்க் பண்ணலாம். இந்த மாதிரி நீங்க பண்ணலாம். இல்ல நடுவுல பிரேக் எடுக்கும்போது கொஞ்சம் லாங் டிஸ்டன்ஸ்ல இருக்கிறதெல்லாம் பார்க்கணும், ஓப்பனா இருக்கிறதெல்லாம். சரிங்களா? அவுட்டோர் ஆக்டிவிட்டி எல்லாம் பார்க்கணும். நீங்க இன்டோர்ல இருக்கிறப்போ கொஞ்சம் அவுட்டோர் ஸ்பேஸ்ல நீங்க கொஞ்சம் எக்ஸ்போஸ் ஆனீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு அந்த ஃபெட்டிக்னஸ் இருக்காது, ஐ ஸ்ட்ரெயின் இருக்காது. இந்த எரிச்சல் அந்த மாதிரி பர்னிங், இரிட்டேஷன் அது எல்லாமே கொஞ்சம் பெட்டர் ஆகும்.
ஓகே
சிம்பிள் தான். நீங்க கொஞ்சம் பிரேக் எடுக்கணும் ரெகுலரா. ஐக்கு வந்து சிஸ்டம் பார்த்துட்டே இருக்கிறதுனால வரதுதான். கொஞ்சம் ரெஸ்ட் கம்மி பண்ணணும் டைம். ஸ்கிரீன் டைம் ரெடியூஸ் பண்ணிக்கோங்க.
ஓகே. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I think so many questions are raised and you have cleared very well for the patients. This is the time to say thanks. Thank you would be just a word for this empowering future. But more than that, my heartfelt gratitude is being registered now and is being overwhelming with a thankful heart for this event, which was still successful with flying colors. And I personally thank Dr. L. Malati for his empowering session. And I thank our Chief Patron, Dr. D. Gladys, Principal, Barbados College, members of Youth Red Cross, my colleagues and friends for your constant support. Thank you, participants. With you, this webinar has reached its purpose. Once again, I thank you, one and all, for your active participation. Last but not least, I thank Almighty God for His influence and His abundant blessing and guidance throughout this webinar for this great success. Thank you all.